Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha, our producer, is here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
So we've got some Solar Bears games that we're going to be at coming up December 7th or
Nope,
8th and 9th.
8th and 9th. The 8th, we're doing something a little special.
Yeah.
And I liked how you tried to box me out of this one. Like
Yeah,
you
he
were
did.
like, Dan's not going to go to the 8th
He can go to the other one.
He's going to the teddy bear toss. Since he's not going on the 8th, let's do a massive party sponsored by Just Call Mo, Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt. Oh.
Well, me and Sam couldn't go to the 9th, the teddy bear toss.
Well, I can't go to the 8th.
Yeah. Well, that's why we were doing it. But
So
then
it's two, so you outvoted me.
It's carts and kegs all over again.
no. Well, we needed a day to do the tailgate at
Why
Moe's
did you do it on the 9th?
because me and Sam can't go.
Yeah, but I can't go on the 8th.
Yeah, but you can go to the tailgate. And
He's just saying make us just go to the 8th, and then he gets the tailgate and the teddy bear toss.
Oh,
Yes,
okay. Well,
exactly. Tailgate teddy bear. It's good alliteration.
It is.
T&T. Tease.
That's not how it works.
Yeah,
So-
okay. That's fine. All right.
Are you
Spread out the love.
The bus that
Am I the star of the show? No, I'm not. Okay, I get it. It's fine. It's fine. I've been told that. Drew Garabo said that. And Till said that. And the Monster said that. It's fine. It's fine. I don't need to be the star. I'll be there on the 8th. I'll be there on the 9th.
He'll have the weather.
I'm used to being behind the scenes.
You're more of a weather and a computer guy.
I'm a reliable
He's weather and computer.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
weather,
Weather and buttons.
Computers,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not.
Let's do some weird.
All right, I got a new song. And there's nothing I like more than the uncomfortability of a new song while we're sitting here with new people on the couch. Let's do it. You are a fat slob. You are a fat slob. You are a fat slob, and you're working a really, really weird job. You are a fat slob, and you're working your job. You are a fat slob, and you're working a really, really weird job. This is the best part right here. Hold on. I'm going to make coquito for Christmas. Lots and lots of coquito for Christmas. I'm going to make coquito for Christmas, whether you like it or not. It's because all my Spanish friends, they just give me coquito, whether I like it or not. They just bring it over, bottles and bottles of coquito, and I tell them every year, I go, I don't like coquito, I don't like eggnog. And you know what makes eggnog worse? Coquito, and I don't like it. And then they just bring it over, no matter what, they just hand it to me. And they're like, no matter what, they're like, but you haven't had mine. You haven't had mine.
Yeah.
You haven't had mine. You haven't had mine. And
Family
they keep
recipe.
saying it over and over again, and I've had it.
It's fine. It's some, alcoholic.
Nobody
It's
wants
fine.
your barf, alcoholic
No,
barf
they
milk.
want it.
Nobody wants it.
Also,
I've never seen anybody consume an entire glass of it. I'm sorry, I'm screaming. There's a child here. I'm sorry.
Shouldn't the song have more about the job than the fat slob?
Well, he's trying to be festive.
I'm using it more as like almost a gratitude journal.
Jeff is here. How you doing, Jeff?
How you doing?
And Jeff's daughter Taylor's here. Now, let's talk about your weird job, because we've never had a weird job about owning a skate park or anything adjacent to that, I think. So
I think it's one of the weirder jobs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we done Jenna Hurt's the closest we've been to skate park. Like
she's building
it's
like
a
public skate
like
parks.
a donation to the community.
Yeah,
but that's the
but
closest we've gotten.
Yeah, but that's a government building a park, right?
Sure.
That's I think a whole different
I agree.
deal. So Jeff, tell us about your skate park.
Well, we own Central Florida Skate Park. It's
Okay.
a indoor skate park
Nice.
that's inside like a warehouse.
Yep.
It's about 5,000 square foot. It's got a mini ramp. And
Which
like,
we needed since Van Skate Park shut down.
Yeah.
Where they had the dual, inside, outside.
well, and there was Metro Skate Park too, and that kind of recently closed.
Yeah.
Man.
So, first, how'd you even get into this? Like, where'd the idea start from?
Well, we skateboard a lot, and like
Okay.
I take my kids to the skate parks like all the time, and we get rained out like a lot. And then the other skate park, Metro Skate Park, we used to go there like all the time, and it would be just so crowded. And then we started building like a park in our backyard because the kids got better and better. So we built like a mini ramp in the backyard.
That's
then we
Tom's
had-
dream.
Cool dad. Cool dad alert. God.
And then we set up like stairs and had this and that. And then before you know it, like people are asking to come over to skate it. And then I'm like, we should just do this. Like,
Does
as
that
a
make you nervous
business.
though? Like, because I can remember,
Insurance-wise?
I can remember my dad. I have a story about. I remember my dad was. We had a pool. And we had a diving board. This is back when you could have a diving board. And oh man, with the things we would do on this diving board, the diving board was my favorite thing in the world. I loved it. And then one of my friends, still a friend to this day, Abaco Richardson, named after the Abaco Islands. She went to do like a double flip or something, and she cracked the bridge of her nose right on the edge of the diving board. And my dad had to put his cigarette down to dive in and get her. He rescued her, and then he took the diving board out.
Well, because you ruined Abaco ruined it.
Abaco ruined it. I've told her that before. It's a big joke that she ruined it, but like, it didn't make you nervous at all that people coming over, or you just like, I got to do what you got to do to be cool, Dad.
Yeah, well, most of them are friends. You know, people we know. So they're
Yeah.
skaters, they're experienced skateboarders, so we know who they are, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Now, the problem, though, with that, and I'm sure Mo would tell you, is that if someone hurts themselves on your property and, let's say, blows their teeth out, right?
Oh,
And-
that's a bad one.
And then the parents are like, I can't afford, like, the dentistry work that it will take to fix my kid's teeth. And then, so everybody's going to tell you, well, you have to sue that person's homeowner's insurance so that you could fix your kid's teeth. And then you're like, well, I don't want to sue my friend, but I need to fix my kid's teeth, and I'll do anything for my kid.
Sure.
And then you're like, this is just the legal way to get my kid new teeth. And then the insurance company comes and shuts you down because now you have they've been sued and you have a skate park, and that's why we can't have good things.
Yeah,
because,
fun things.
But
Interesting, cool things.
but it makes sense because it's not like the person wants to sue you; they just have to fix their kid.
Sure.
And that's why no one can have trampolines anymore.
Oh, my God.
And there's a way the insurance and the litigation.
But I
works.
will say that from a skateboarding perspective, it seems like skateboarding, especially around here in Baldwin, is more popular than ever. Like, I see more kids, boys and girls, all skating.
Yeah.
Like, lots and lots of skating.
But I've seen the electric boards more than actual.
I see dads on electric boards,
Oh,
but
yeah.
around the lake, we got a lot of kids that'll come down here, and they've done their best to try and, like, screw in, like, metal knobs to keep them from grinding on stuff, but they still do it.
Oh,
you
there's
know?
some spots in Baldwin Park.
Yeah, you still see it. My favorites are the ones where they come in. There's one, I'm not going to rat them out. I won't say exactly where it is, but they've removed the barriers so that they put so people couldn't grind, but they just put it back just enough so it's on there. So when they go to skate, they just pull it back and they're good to go.
So Jeff, so obviously as your kids get into skating, you have these backyard ramps and everybody wants to skate, and you realize like
Cool
there's a
house.
market, people want more places to skate. So when does it move to a warehouse and the whole skate park?
Well, I owned a business before. You guys are gonna laugh. Beepers and phones.
Yeah.
Yes! Holy crap!
You're Mr. Phone.
You're the big man. Oh my God! You paid me very well to stand out there with Hungry Howie's Pizza. Thank you for your service.
Well, that's the weird job we should have done. Beepers
Ah,
and phones.
I stood
What's the
at-
markup on that?
I was at so many beepers and phones. I'd have 18 Hungry Howies. Come on down.
You know, it's funny in the 90s.
What's up? It's Daniel for the Monsters. I'm at beepers and phones right now.
Daughter's like, what's a beeper?
oh, I loved it. I loved my beeper.
In the 90s, when I got my first beeper, I looked at it and I'm like, well, this obviously cost like hundreds of dollars
This
to
is the
build.
future.
Yeah. Oh, my
this
God.
is a future piece of technology that I've never seen before.
It's no different than the communicator in Star Trek. It's no different than what people use in space.
This is insane. Someone just enters a code in their land
How does
phone.
it work? It's magic. ICP.
and then it beeps and it vibrates my
And
device.
it tells me to go to a payphone
Yeah.
to call somebody
Yeah.
or leave them 80085, which I will not say what it is.
I had the 8008 chambered.
You did. You had it ready.
Chambered.
Yeah, he's always got that 8008. Write that down.
So Jeff, sorry Taylor, by the way.
Oh my God! Between the song and this, I
She's
should
like,
just
why'd you
leave."
drag me here, Dad?
You dragged me to see two adult men who
Yeah.
act less mature than I am.
Isn't there school today?
Yeah. What are you doing?
She's skipping.
Yeah, you went out of school
yeah,
for this?
hell
Yep.
yeah.
This
hold on,
is an
we-
educational
Yeah,
experience.
Yeah,
she's
well,
a
we gotta do
skate
something
kid.
educational.
No, she's a skate kid. Skate kids
Yeah,
skip school.
Yeah. You know, I mean, there's nothing you're gonna learn that you ever remember
Yeah.
in the future, but you will remember how to skate.
Yeah, at the end of the day, do you want to know who George Washington is, or do you want to do a kickflip? I say kickflip.
Yeah. I've
Way
never,
more impressive.
I've never needed to know who George Washington was.
I don't know who he was.
Yeah,
Yeah, you go history. I mean, according to some comedians, he was a murderer, a giant
I
murderer.
like that you guys think that they only learn about George Washington at school.
I
Yeah.
mean, well, I don't know.
I don't know.
What
my,
else is
I don't
there?
have my thumb on the pulse of George Washington.
He didn't have a beeper.
So Jeff, then what's your first step? Is finding a warehouse? Did you did you have the warehouse from Beepers and Phones?
No, like Beepers and Phones shut down like a long time
Get
ago.
these beepers out of here.
And I was just like, I just always wanted to open like another business. So me and my wife would always back and forth on what
How about
kind of
phones
business
and
to open.
beepers?
So
Whoa,
we,
when was the day that you realized that?
Oh,
Gotta shut the doors.
Don't take them through that. They're going to make you walk through your exit from radio to transition to podcasting. The
day-
scariest time of your life.
I want to know the day the Beepers died.
Oh my God.
Oh.
A long,
Yeah.
long time ago.
it was called Beepers and Phones for a long
was,
time without beepers.
It was when Bugs Bunny and the Tasmanian Devil wearing beepers flew their plane into a mountain, and that was the day the beepers died.
So, was there like a news story that came out about cell phones or like anything that you're like, oh, this isn't good?
People are finding out that cell phones are just better than beepers.
They're talking beepers.
Well, I just owned one store. Like there was like it was like almost like a franchise. Like
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
it started with one guy from our high school, and he
Oh, right on.
opened a beeper
And
stand
you got in on that.
in a mall.
We were part of the original Qdoba.
And then he like
Me and
let
Tom.
people like his friends or whatever like go franchise him out, and then
You get a
eventually-
beepers and phones.
Yeah, exactly.
You get a beepers
That's
and
pretty
phone.
cool.
That's a cool
Oh,
friend.
my
That's
other
the
friend had like
Sandler.
4 of them.
That's
I just
the,
had one.
That's the Adam Sandler of beepers. It's
Yeah, it
like-
is.
Was the markup insane? Like, was each beeper like $2
Well,
from China?
we got commissions off cell phone. I didn't get in the beeper game.
Oh,
I
okay.
was came after beepers.
Hot
really.
take.
Gotcha.
Hot take. If you had a see-through beeper, too thuggy
Oh,
for
yeah,
me.
the clear.
Too thuggy for me. You
I
didn't
had-
mean business.
I had a
wanna
blue
see the
see-through
wires,
beeper.
yeah.
If you had a
Yes.
see-through beeper, you were too thuggy for me. I was like, I can't do business with you. You
That's
probably,
at Miami.
yeah,
it's
you
gotta be the-
probably have a marijuana leaf on your MySpace page. I can't
It's got to
do
be the
business.
horizontal one too.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't have the
That-
top one.
that
With
was
a clip where you could run it either way. I had one you could run it either way, and
Oh.
I always carried a black one because my dad even agreed. My dad's like the see-through ones to make it look like you're up to no good, smoking weed. I'm pretty sure that's.
So Jeff, when did you the first time you're like, I'm starting this skate park, and you get the warehouse, and then how do you build it out?
Yeah, well, the warehouse was hard to find because no one wants a skate park at their warehouse district. Like everyone says, oh, there's going to be too many people coming. We don't have enough parking. The mechanic's going to complain about you down the hallway and want to leave because you guys are here. So that was like one of the biggest challenges. But then we found a really cool guy, and he was like all about it. He was like, I'd love to have a skate park out of our warehouse.
All right.
So that ended up, it was kind of found. And I didn't really look for, like, I'd say, like, skate park doesn't need to be, like, out front in front of everybody because us skaters will find it.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need, it doesn't need to be, like, a big storefront or anything like that.
Right.
And now with the internet,
Yeah.
It's also probably nicer, when it's a little more like your spot.
Well,
you
that's
know?
what I tell people, too, when they're like, this place is hard to find. I'm like, good skate spots are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with that. It also it kind of lends to the vibe there. I think like some of the coolest restaurants I've been to, or I went to a Mexican restaurant in Atlanta that was tucked in an industrial compound, and it just made it so much cooler because of it. Like nobody knew it was back there, so it had a better vibe.
So when you're building out a skate park, where do you start? Is there a method to?
Is there an
all the-
architect for like a skate park?
Or like,
Do you design
I
it?
need a half pipe.
Wow.
I need this. You have to have this. Like
No
is there-
different than a golfer designing a course after he retires, right? Like when you see that all the time, like Arnold Palmer,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
I
know, they'll go and they'll design a course. Yeah, is that a
Yeah,
thing?
well, I mean, it was me and my brother did it. He skates too, and it was like a lot of like just thinking and trial and error, and we kind of just went for it. You know, we had an idea of like how we wanted it laid out, and we had an idea of like what we didn't like about other skate parks, and like what we wanted to do kind of different than other skate parks.
Give me an example of something that you wanted to do a little differently.
Well, our skate park is like, I would say, a little bit more like beginner friendly. A lot of times you go to like a lot of skate parks and the rails will be pretty high for anybody to grind or slide unless you're pretty good at skating.
Right.
Same with like they call it a hubba where you like grind on top of like a block or whatever.
Yeah.
And like that's, again, a lot of times they're way too steep or high and a lot of times they put big bowls at skate parks, which are fun, but it takes up a lot of area and there'll only be like two
I was gonna
guys
say, not a lot
skating
of
the
people
thing.
will
You know
do
what
it,
I mean?
yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like we
yeah.
could have, and I'm street skater, so I pretty much, our slogan is that we brought the streets inside.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
There'll always be the one old guy pumping the bowl
Yeah, yeah.
because that's what he did in
Yeah, yeah.
when he was 19
Yeah, look at
and
me.
79. And
Yeah, I'm Caballero. You know, like,
yeah. He's 46.
Tall socks.
yeah.
Tall socks,
Yeah, yeah. And then
half cabs,
and then he's going so fast that everybody's afraid to go
Yeah,
in
yeah.
because all he's got-
helmet and pads.
yeah.
Yeah, he knows.
So then once you build it out, what's the next step? Is just trying to let everybody know where you're at and like
Or upkeep, I would
Yeah, yeah.
imagine, like keeping it like.
what
Yeah,
do you charge? Do you have a little skate shop up front? Is there hidden money that we don't know about as far as like the money's in the
Concession stand.
Yeah.
It's in the nab.
No, there's like no money in anything.
well, that's what I knew, Jeff. That's what I'm trying to
Well, we're
ask
bad
you
at business,
politely.
too.
I was leading you that direction.
And I was happy to lead you there. Why would you say that?
well, I knew this is a passion project, Daniel.
Well, this is definitely like,
By the way, that's the only time, and will be the only time, he ever utters the phrase "passion project."
No, but it shouldn't be because
You're doing it for love, man. I think that's cool.
like we'll get into skating in a second, but I really believe in like getting into any like skating, whatever it is, and like if you're passionate, and then the learning how to work towards goals,
Yeah.
is all skateboarding's about, and all this
Yeah.
is like you try and
Checking
try
off tricks, yeah.
You try for 10,000 hours for 1 second of a trick, and then you start trying again on the next thing.
Unless
You know,
you're me, you try a few tricks and you're like,
Give up.
not for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, that's me.
I think that's I was like, that's why like Steve O can change his life because he's got that mentality of
Yeah.
a skater, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Which I don't know about Bam Margera, but I just think that the people that train
He's
themselves,
got it. He's a little too addicted, but he's got it.
but just to continually to work like incrementally on something until you
Also,
achieve
I
a
think
goal.
it's possible to lose any great gift you have if you've numbed yourself enough or dulled yourself enough. You
Yeah,
may
yeah.
have damaged it and you can't get it back.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
on you. I mean, but you know. I
But
mean,
you know how to
You
train
know how to do it, yeah.
do it, and it's just about like the work ethic.
those are my favorite skate videos. In fact, a lot of the ones I share on Instagram Reels. I share a lot of skateboarding videos because I just love watching them, and they come up in my algorithm a lot. But I like the ones where you see the guy trying something that's seemingly impossible. I think I put one up last week,
Yeah.
where there's a guy like just doing like a rail grind all the way down this huge staircase, and he
I saw
tried
it.
it. Yeah, and he must have tried it like 17 times. But when he got to the last one, he actually got it. And I'm like, holy crap, that's a metaphor for anything hard that you want to do, just to stick with it and keep trying it. And
Well, Jeff, before we get back to the actual business part of the skate park, let's talk about skating and your kids skating. And like, really, I don't know. It's so weird that no one saw that back in the day when it was like skating was considered a waste of time in the 90s to the older generation. They're like, what are you doing
you're
out
right.
here?
Nobody assumed like you'll be doing that with your kid one day.
But not even, but like why they didn't look at it like these like anybody enjoying skating, they're first, it's hard work, it's exercise,
Yeah,
right? So it's like
absolutely.
just the fact that exercise is a bonus instead of like sitting around doing nothing. So it's exercise, that's the base of it, which is positive, right? Then it's about trying something over and over, and like, well, first thinking that you could do it, right? So it's having the motivation and the confidence to even believe you can, right? And then it's failing hundreds of times for that one success.
Sure.
And then it's like, what better lesson is that to teach to anybody, any human? If like,
Yeah, it's good.
I'm going to exercise and then try something hundreds of times until I make it.
How'd you get
It's
into
like,
skating,
You know.
Jeff?
Me, my dad surfs, and I surf too, but my dad surfed a lot, so he like surfing and skating just go hand in hand.
Yeah, and you
So-
just picked it up, and you're like, this is something I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I guess.
And
so.
your kids, multiple kids,
3 kids.
3 kids.
Okay.
Oh, everybody skate?
My middle son rides like a scooter, like an aggressive scooter, I guess you call it. or
Okay.
whatever, but he slides bars, he jumps downstairs.
All right.
You know, so yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah.
all in
Yeah.
them, Jeff.
Yeah, he's doing
yeah.
it. He's doing it.
You made them, so they've got the skating bug. But I mean, do you agree with me that it's like it couldn't be a better way to teach kids about how to
It's
work? and,
amazing.
yeah.
It's like unbelievable when you go to, because we do a lot of contests, and when you go to a contest, the kids that are the skaters you've never seen kids like these kids, because they will eat it, and they're 9 years old and they get back up and do it again.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
crying
they're almost
doing it
made
again.
for
Their
it,
tears
yeah.
are coming down their face,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're still doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's awesome to see, and what a great
I
lesson.
love to see kids get hurt. They
Yeah, but
cry.
like a little, when there's something
Yes, guess
weird.
what? You get hurt in
There's-
life,
there's-
and then you get back up and you keep going, and like that's the best lesson to ever learn.
There's 2 Hawaiian kids. It's a little boy and a little girl, but I think the little girl's the one that's like really amazing
Yeah.
on the
Sky Brown.
Yes. And I follow her on Instagram, and but I followed her when she's like a little. And if you watch her skate when she's so little, she'll do things. It's insanity. It's like how is that person even doing that?
Oh, if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see my 8-year-old, it'll blow your mind.
I love it.
because
Like,
he's only 8 and he like does
There's
things
something
like
weird about seeing a baby do a skateboard trick that I'm into.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it both is amazing and it makes me laugh.
It-
You know what I mean? Like it's like when you put a top hat on a tiny puppy or something. It's like, look at that, it's a mismatch. You should.
Oh,
be
he's
able to-
definitely.
I
like,
love that.
I always say me and him get the same question at the skate park. How old are you?
Oh, right on. Yeah, opposite ends. I love it. That's great, man.
So, Jeff-
Let's talk about. Don't you have a contest coming up?
yeah, let's
Yeah,
plug
yeah.
that.
We have the O-Town Showdown going down. It's the 2nd annual. We did it last year, and it's an all ages contest. We have like beginner, intermediate, and like advanced.
It seems like you're really trying to really help out, and this is awesome. You're trying to help out those that might find the beginning aspects of getting into like slight competitive skating. You know, that
For sure.
the nerves, is that kind of
One, skill levels are crazy with skateboarding because, like I said, my 8-year-old is really good, and there's 15-year-olds there's 20-year-olds that aren't as good as him, but
Everybody learns at a
they
different
can't
pace,
skate
sure.
with the other 20-year-olds that are been skating since they were 8 years old or
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I mean? Or
Jeff, do you think like the internet is doing a disservice to future skaters because we're just inundated with a
Best of the
a
best.
collage of the best tricks that took people 20 years to learn, and then we're seeing them all in 2 minutes as we scroll TikTok.
Yeah.
And then
It's like every guitar player is like a virtuoso. You know, you don't ever see anybody struggling.
Yeah.
And then so that sets a unrealistic expectation.
They can bum you out for sure.
Because then you're trying to stand on a skateboard and you're like, well, what I just
Yeah.
seen is
Yeah.
literally impossible for me to even comprehend doing because I can't even stand on the board.
Yeah,
And,
like I can barely ollie
Let's-
or
Taylor, you want to answer that one?
Yeah.
What
Taylor,
do you think about that?
Yeah. About trying, like when you first started skating, I'm sure you've seen a million videos of the best skaters in the world. And was it disappointing
Yeah.
that you weren't getting good fast enough?
Yeah, kind of at first, but then, like, since we built the skate park, I'm there, like, every single day, so I practice a lot. I've been skateboarding for, like, a long time. Like, my dad put me on a skateboard when I was a baby, so I was already, like, kind of used to it when
Sure.
I started, like, rolling on it.
So you are there practicing every single day. Well,
Mhm.
that's awesome. I mean, I'm impressed, Taylor.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
yeah.
that's a good, that work ethic.
yeah, like when you find that thing that you love. That,
Do you know that video games and screens exist? I mean, have you
Yeah.
ever been on them?
Do you have to,
They're
balance
awesome.
that out? Because
Yeah.
my daughter loves the screens too. Do you have to balance that out a little bit?
Yeah, like, whenever I'm at home, I like playing my phone a lot because I'm not skating.
Sure.
I can't, like, think of anything to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And toys aren't as good as like video games now, right?
Yeah.
And you're like in that age.
Fingerboards.
Yeah.
Okay, fingerboards are cool. Yeah, I used to collect those.
What do you like more, the phone or
Yeah.
the skating?
Yeah.
Skating definitely.
All right.
Oh, you blew his Oh, no.
What?
He doesn't, now
You
we have
failed,
to go, We have
Tom.
to go to break now.
You like hard work better than the phone?
I'm
Is it-
sorry. We must go to break.
It always gives you what you want. You're, you know, just tapping
Yeah, just
it.
shoot the thing. It's
Scroll,
like
scroll,
it's
every
like sitting in
video.
the hospital. Pain meds.
It's
Pain meds.
endless videos that you could just look at.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, Taylor. So let's talk about the business, Jeff. Like, is it the regulars? You pay an annual fee? Is it like?
We got every day you can just come in and pay $7 to skate. You sign
Okay.
like a liability
$7.
waiver.
Holy smokes.
Yeah,
Oh
it's like
God,
nothing.
What are you, a state park?
Tom Van?
No offense, a state, but $7. You
Yeah.
get $10. $10, at least $10. Give the man
Double digits.
Yeah, and then don't report the 3. Put it in his pocket and say, I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
And or 15, at least $7.
Yeah,
You're a
it's
nice
cheap.
person, man.
Well, we try to get the shop to be real popular because we have a shop in the when you enter.
So
you
shop
know.
local, buy your stuff there.
Exactly.
You're getting in for $7.
Support the spot.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the
I'll
kind
buy
of
a
the
hat.
attitude.
Hell yeah.
And so, what about like the insurance? Do they get you for that? I imagine like
Yeah.
you know,
Again, Tom, $7. $7.
Yeah, I mean,
It's all insurance money.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're a really good person to do this for young people, dude. Like,
does it-
seriously.
when you go in.
$7.
I'm curious about that. Like when you go to insure a skate park, do they ask you what kind of ramps and how big they are? Like, is there some sort of equation, or is it just a general skate park?
What's kind of crazy is that there's not that many that will do it. There's only like 2 out there that'll do it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, it's the funniest thing because I was like, well, what happens if someone makes a claim and they go, they're not allowed to?
Ah,
So they're pretty much there just to have a team of lawyers tell you that you aren't allowed to do anything.
That you're not allowed to sue anybody
Yeah,
because
But
you
I
know.
had,
you signed a waiver or
you
whatever.
sign a
yeah.
waiver. I mean, negligence would be the only thing. But that'd be like if I've heard of a story like from a different skate park that there was like a hole in a ramp and a girl like stuck her finger in it and then slid down the ramp, like fell and slid down the ramp and it like popped her finger off or whatever.
That's how Tom and I started.
You know,
our
and
old-
that
our
is
old
like
skate
that's
business.
like negligence because there shouldn't have been a hole in
Right.
the
Yeah,
ramp.
you're supposed to be
Yeah.
walking those ramps, right?
Exactly.
Checking them,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know,
well, it's constant
sweeping
maintenance for
them,
me.
dusting them, whatever. I don't know.
And how many like regulars do you have come by a skate park? Is there a lot? Are we talking hundreds a month or dozens?
I would say hundreds a month.
Okay.
We try to average about like 20 people a day, but I mean, if it rains, there'll be 35, 40 people in the place. And then
Okay.
if it's
God,
like,
perfect for Florida.
and then
dude.
if it's like not raining and really nice, there'll only be 5 people there. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Okay,
Yeah,
it just
yeah, yeah.
depends. But we definitely have with skateboarding. You find out you have like indoor guys. So I have
I mean,
like
air conditioning,
probably like
am I
10
right?
people that are no AC.
No AC. Come on.
yeah.
Well, I guess with $7 a person.
Oh my God! If
What are
it
you
were
gonna-
$7
what are you
a
gonna-
person with AC, I'd be like, holy
Yeah.
smoke!
What are you gonna have? $800,000 units like air conditioning? Like, no, this place is like a
Paradise.
iPhone.
Yeah, there's
shop in
free
there.
water and Wi-Fi.
Well, we got fans that
All
pump
right,
pretty good,
okay.
and
Yeah, good pumping
during the
fans.
summertime,
Shield from the sun.
if anyone
rain.
goes outside at 2:00 in the afternoon in July, you know, like you can't skateboard. And it's too hot. Like it's unbelievable. Like if you go to like a Barnett Park is like a newer one in town. You go there in the middle of the day in the summertime, like you'll last 30 minutes and you're like, I got to get out of here.
Jeff, I want to propose you a business idea.
Because you're gonna propose to us.
Like,
Oh yeah,
because
we're bringing beepers back, baby.
so
Don't go into business with Tom.
Yeah.
So I think we should section off
Wait
a
a minute,
portion.
I'm in business with Tom.
That was a
Hold
bad
on,
decision.
I just thought about that.
Here's the
That's a
worst
done
decision
deal.
you've ever made.
That's a done deal.
And so I think you should section off a portion of your warehouse and start putting in. Have you ever seen the games that you win tickets on a car,
Pachinko.
and then you go
Oh.
and turn them in for cheap Chinese garbage? You need one
Crane
of those.
games. Crane games.
Not crane games, more of like the ticket games.
Yeah, ski
So-
ball.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then we'll have a portion of that. Then next to that, we'll take out a couple ramps, and then we'll put some trampolines. Have you ever seen
This
the ones
guy's
of nets?
obsessed with trampolines.
He really does.
But no, but Jeff, that's how you
I mean,
get them in.
trash people are
There's
obsessed
already need trampoline parks. We don't
it's
need
like,
that.
No,
It's like
no.
hillbillies and clogging. They're like, they go hand in hand.
But this will be the first ever half, Chinese garbage ticket and
Yeah.
trampoline and skating.
skateboarding.
But the money's in the Chinese garbage
Yeah.
and then the trampolines.
Okay.
And then the skateboarding, you can still have that for your kids
I
and the
love it.
passion project. But we need to bring in some revenue
Yeah,
here.
we
Jeff.
need to start making some money.
$7 a day.
Exactly. I mean, with the Chinese garbage, we'll be making so much money. We can
Yeah.
lower your prices to $5.
Yeah, kids will spend hundreds of dollars to win like 90 cents of
Yeah.
Chinese garbage. It's insane.
There are so
I've seen
many.
it.
I have a stuffed animal in my closet right now that Maisie won at some thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a life-size Luigi from Super Mario Brothers, and she hates it.
Oh well, that's way better
She
than
doesn't
anything.
even want it. She
Like,
doesn't even want it.
I'm talking. You turn in, your 100 tickets. You spend $8 or $10 on, and you win like
The sticky hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
racers.
These stuffies are worth nothing. It's textiles, man. It's nothing.
Yeah.
To
But
them, it's all
The
plastic.
finger
garbage.
cuffs.
yeah.
Oh, I love the finger
I
cuffs.
can get 8 finger cuffs for 1 cent.
I remember.
It doesn't make sense.
I remember as a child having finger cuffs. Mine were red and green. And I remember my dad telling me, he's like, if you pull them too hard, you're going to break them. And I had 2 of them, and I did pull one too hard, and I did break it. And the other one, I still have to this day. It made a lasting impression on me, and I kept that thing pristine, and I still have it.
Oh, Jeff, I just realized
Finger
what you
cuffs.
need. So there, I saw this on TikTok. There is some sort of indoor kids place that has a big blob, and they blob people into like a it looks like Olympic-sized swimming pool of balls, of plastic balls.
I haven't seen
You haven't
this.
seen this?
No.
Look up plastic ball blob.
Oh my god.
It's just a picture of EJ.
And then they put this bigger lady on there, and they took 3 dudes and blobbed her off. And I'm like, whoa! I've never seen this before. And
I gotta be careful.
this is in some
Yeah.
sort of kids. Taylor, you've seen this on TikTok, right? You've seen the plastic ball.
Why do
blob?
you have the same algorithm as Taylor?
As a,
No,
young,
we're-
as a young skate girl.
No, we're into fun.
My God,
You
Tom,
are not into
Tom
fun.
is the Castleberry
No,
Avril Lavigne.
No, but this, I've been talking about the blob for a long time, but usually it's like a doo-doo lake, which is like a gator
Oh my
doo-doo
God, you're
lake.
really embarrassing yourself
But
here.
this is in like a McDonald's, those plastic balls at McDonald's?
I got nothing.
You got, I'm telling you, it's somewhere out there.
I got
don't-
nothing.
I don't know where it is, but I see the videos. Anyway.
Taylor,
sorry,
is he
Jeff.
telling the
No
truth
worries.
or is he lying?
Usually I see it like into water, not really like ball pit.
Yeah, there's a
yeah,
ball
yeah.
pit.
She said you're lying.
I've seen it on
Confirmed.
TikTok. It's a new
Completely
thing.
confirmed.
I don't know where it is though, because I can't figure out where on TikTok you can
Oh,
see.
I found it. The
Oh.
most amazing ball pit in Japan. Oh no, this isn't it. Never mind.
No,
Different
this is
one.
yeah. This is in Japan.
I
I've
got
seen
it all in
yeah.
Japan.
Um,
Every single thing you want.
So Jeff, any way that we can help you besides from
found it.
promoting? Is there like just tell people to come by and skate? And
Yeah,
check it
pretty
out?
much. Tell people to skate. We have a website, centralfloridaskatepark.com, and you can buy like all your skate gear there.
Okay.
And if you come in, you can. We just got our own decks actually, like the
Nice.
Central Florida Skate Park decks.
Awesome.
So those are selling pretty good.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Just tell people to come in.
What's
Maybe.
the hardest part of doing this? Is it like the constant upkeep of trying to make the place like rideable?
A lot. I guess like clean a lot, but I mean mainly it's like staying open. To be real, it's like because it is kind of like a passion project
Yeah.
where trying to just get enough revenue to pay the bills.
Can the
every month.
community help you in any way?
Yeah,
if
just by coming out, supporting
Okay.
the park. Could just come out and
Yeah.
skate. You know what I mean? And
you got a tip jar or anything? You know,
Yeah,
like
you
if
know.
somebody had a good
Any-
week and they were skating one day there and they wanted to pop $100 in there or something.
we
you know,
definitely have people that
prop you up a little bit.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
Tony Munget's been skating at your park
He
for
loves
a while.
it.
He's been telling me to come
Yep.
bring my sons too.
Yeah, for
which,
sure.
which I definitely will. And then obviously I'll post about it.
Yeah. Do
to
you have
help
Wi-Fi?
Promote it.
Like a,
Well,
I don't
I
want
gotta
to pay
s-
the $7 though. If I can get it for free.
Come on,
you'll hook me up.
wallet, Tom Van.
No, but I'm using.
that's $14.
Yeah,
Sam.
well, the one post is probably like $200. That's what I value it as.
Wow. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, if advertise, I know the advertising game.
He's been advertising those new Kim Kardashian undergarments.
No, your kids are like prime example though,
Kardashian.
of like the kind of kids that we have come in there. And then if they're like fall in love with it, they'll be there every day. Like I have like 3 kids that are like my new kids that are at my skate park.
The new guy.
Every single day, their mom just drops them off and gives them $7. Cheapest babysitter ever.
It really is.
Yeah, my God,
Jeff,
man.
my wife doesn't let me drop them. I have to stand
No,
there and
he
watch.
has to watch there and
And
hover
then if
like
you
a
don't watch,
he has
then they're
to-
gonna be like, Dad doesn't watch.
He has
me.
a
He's
helicopter
always looking
around
at
them,
his
and then
phone."
every
Yeah.
couple of minutes he's adjusting their sunglasses and giving them sippies.
And then I'm just scrolling my
There's
gambling.
a mid-skate
mad the whole
session
time.
egg sandwich.
And then I'm like, what? They just see, if I'm just sitting there and they just look up and I'm just mad gambling. Is this something?
No, it's bad.
Yeah,
It's bad.
This is worse than if
If
I
they-
dropped them off.
If they look up and you're mad, you're mad facing your
Yeah,
phone.
I'm just madly looking
But you're
at my
not mad
phone.
at them. You have to
No, no.
clarify. You have to
I
go,
know, I'm
just so
mad
you know,
'cause
I'm mad
losing
at,
all
I'm
the
mad
time.
at my gambling, and I
Yeah.
hate being here.
Yeah,
But I'm not mad at you.
Yeah, but it's like, it's better if I just drop them
Yeah.
off. That's what I tell
And then
Crystal.
you can hit him with this one. You would be like, "Would you want me to fake it? Do you want me to fake like I like going to your skate park thing, or your
should
breakdancing?
skate.
Yeah,
Yeah, come on,
start
Tom.
skating.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff,
Get off your one wheel.
like, I
Use
could-
those legs.
I can tell by the way you're built, Jeff, that you're a natural skater. I'm built
Limber. He's limber.
Yeah, yeah, I'm-
light on. You're light as a feather. I can see if you fell,
Yeah.
you'd bounce right back up.
I'm built like a frog. I
Oh,
have
my
the
God.
tiny, skinny frog
Yeah.
legs.
And I'm built like Krang from the
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where I'm just a head inside of a fat body.
And then I've gotten too stiff where I can't skate anymore.
Yeah.
And it's
Can't even pick up the mail.
Yeah, and if I fall,
Oh, that's the
I'm
worst part.
yeah.
I'm under the ocean. Yeah, he also has
God
a
damn
case
it.
of that new Chinese white long. Have you heard about that? It's coming for us.
Dude, what is like? I've been stuffy for 2 days.
Yeah, you have
now.
allergies. You just,
Yeah,
I tell
yeah.
you that, and you're like, no, I don't. I'm like,
I've
"All right."
never had allergies in my
Yeah,
life.
all right.
What is this? God. Sorry, Jeff. Taylor, thanks so much for coming
Yeah,
by.
we appreciate you being here. Now let's interview Taylor for a second.
I did find your video of the blob and the
Oh,
ball.
send
so
it to
where
me.
is that
Send
at?
it to
It's, I
me.
put it in the Twitch
Send
chat.
it to me. I'll play it.
Okay.
So Taylor, were we as weird as you thought we were?
it's kind of weird.
You can be honest.
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
be
yeah.
honest.
This is not like Mr. Beast. I was
Yeah.
watching
Yeah,
Mr.
no.
Beast
Yeah, yeah.
earlier.
It's like
I'm
the opposite of Mr.
Like
Beast.
this guy's got the goods. Like
Yeah, look
all,
at how like even kill and boring he is.
all you have to do is find the least.
This guy just
expensive-
yells at my dad about how he can do business better.
What I need is just an even kill, gentle North Carolina boy with a small beard and a tiny dad hat speaking softly to me about Antarctica.
This show would be better if we had like a
Young
$1
teen.
skateboard, and then we had a $1 million skateboard, and then we had
Which
your dad.
bearings are better?
Yeah,
The
You don't even
one
know if
that-
she likes Mr. Beast.
Yeah, everybody likes
Do you
Mr.
like
Beast.
Mr.
Do you like
Beast?
Mr. Beast? No.
Oh,
What? You don't like
That's a
Mr.
little
she's
boy
not on the
thing.
internet, dude.
No.
She's not on the internet. Too busy skating.
Have you seen Unspeakable?
No, but I think
Stop
my
yelling
little
at her.
brother watches that.
Okay.
It's a little boy
Pretty
thing.
good.
Little boy
It's pretty
thing.
good.
It's
Maybe
pretty
this is
good
a little
now.
boy thing.
You normally say you hate it. Now you're saying it's pretty good.
What if this is
Well, I
just a
got
little
into it.
boy thing, right? Let's
Huh?
just go through what we're seeing that
Yeah,
there are
that-
parallels.
Okay.
Unspeakable, the videos you're talking about, little boy things. I mean, little girls
Okay.
are more mature for their age than little boys. What
Yeah,
you're asking
that's
for is the
true.
impossible
Yeah,
task.
yeah, yeah,
She's
yeah.
out there learning how to skate.
Yeah,
Maisie's
yeah.
doing flips and practicing doing push-ups
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the time.
yeah. My
They're just different. Girls
Wait,
are different.
Girls are better.
My boys are just
They're
watching
picking their nose and
nonsense.
watching Unspeakable.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah,
"Where's
yeah.
my egg sandwich, you turd?"
They don't even work. They don't do nothing.
But I think when
like,
I was
quit
their
swimming, it's
age,
too cold.
I hate to say this, but I think when I was their age, Sam was probably working her butt off,
Yeah.
and I was probably asking for my egg
I had a
sandwich
fake job
from my
in
dad.
elementary school.
You had a mullet and a fake job, right?
Exactly. Get to work.
All right. Let's plug the website one more time.
Yeah.
Your
My
website.
Tom and Dave.
But they don't even have- Well, us plugging our website doesn't do nothing.
No, it's centralfloridaskatepark.com.
All right. Perfect.
And then on Instagram, we're at CFL Skate. And that's like where a lot of our content is. Like we promote a lot on Instagram with our contest coming up December 9th.
All right.
Well, let us know if we can ever get the word out, help you with promoting or anything.
Take
if
your
you-
boys to this.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
we'd love to help you out. Let us know, please.
Yeah, for sure.
Does it come with lessons?
Oh my God.
Will you
gotta pay
teach
for
my
'em.
son?
Is there a digital interface? Can we do this on Zoom? Like,
Well, we do lessons for
Okay,
sure.
all right.
We do lessons. And like I gotta say, with like kids your age, if they come there and they hang out with my kids, if they like skateboarding, they'll just adapt. You know, it's like they'll teach them because they're out there
Right,
doing
right.
it, and it's like, oh, help me ollie up the little thing or whatever
yeah,
it is.
like
you know?
it's iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch this blob ball.
Oh
we got 2 minutes
Hold on,
left.
I gotta get it
Scroll
here.
up in the Twitch chat there.
I'm telling you, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Taylor,
You're really building
watch
it
this.
out.
Watch how awesome this is. And this,
Old man tries to tell teen what's fun.
no, I'm.
Okay, here we go.
Me and your dad could build this in his.
You're not building
his
nothing.
factory. Look at this. Watch that one.
Hey,
Boom, it launches. Oh my
it does
God.
look fun.
Yeah, right in the balls.
It does look fun.
Verify to continue. Why is it making
You
me?
got a little puzzle piece there.
Why is it making me do that?
How every bartender watches.
That's kind of like Pat.
Oh my god! I hate TikTok. It's garbage. Why are you making me on this? This is so stupid.
Why did you go to Cadillac Pat?
I don't know why.
He knows fun.
Hold
That's on your
I'm
algorithm.
going back to it now. All
Watch
right,
the
here
flop. Look at this.
we go.
See, we can build one of these, right? All we need is a
There's
big.
3 dudes jumping.
Oh yeah,
This
then-
kid goes
Yeah,
flying.
launches them off right in the balls.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't end on right in the balls.
No, that's awesome. We can do that, right? We
sure.
need a blob, and then we. I mean, you
Jeff
have.
wants to get the hell out of here.
Taylor is looking at
How
her
much are
watch.
those balls? I mean, is that?
I mean, that's like
$10,000.
$10,000 worth of like really poorly made plastic balls.
No, they've got to be cheap. We can get them used, right?
Used balls.
Yeah, because our
used McDonald's
No.
ball pit.
what do
Burger
they do
King.
when they close them down? Like, there's a lot of ball pits
I
being
think
closed
they
down.
just blow.
goes to the
I
dome.
think they just blow all over the world.
Puke
no,
and diarrhea
I
and all of
think,
it.
I think you leave them there.
We'll spray them off.
No, I'm not spraying them off.
Yeah.
If I show up and you're like, "Hey, you told me you'd spray off the balls today," I'm like, "I'm leaving." No, just go get my car and I drive home.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back with more corporate time.
All right, we did it. Sorry. Oh, it's funny. Taylor, I
Solid.
apologize for being weird old men. But thank you for putting up with us.
Thank you for having me.
Well,
Yeah,
thank
thanks
you.
for
You're
having us, guys.
You're so polite, and we appreciate you thanking us, and it was our pleasure. Trust us.
Thank you.
It's killer.
Thank you for doing that, man.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
a funny one. Where's that go, Sam?
Wednesday,
I'll
one
definitely
and
make it a
two.
point to.
Thank you
Both
so
my
much.
sons have skateboards. They were going to a skate park for a little bit, but then it shut down. I forgot.
That's the
name of it.
Metro one,
That's
probably,
the
because they
Metro.
probably did lessons with like I know everybody. So Tyler is the guy they
I
probably
think Tyler was.
That
one of
is,
them.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
Tyler does
I-
lessons at our place every now and then. but
Okay,
he,
cool.
I
he
remember
travels
Crystal
around
talking
in different
about
parks.
Yeah. No, they had a good time, and it really is. It's just,
Well, one thing we have
really good.
every like that just passed during the fall break, but Christmas break coming up, we have skate camp.
Okay.
And this guy Ashton that teaches a lot of lessons over at OSP, he does it. Like I don't do it. He like runs it, and it was about 12 kids last time, and they're all like that age
Cool.
group, and that is really good introductory because those are kids that like can't skate. Like
Yeah, they're starting.
they're all like real beginners.
Yeah. That's my sons for sure.
Yeah, you got to check her out online. That's what you should on YouTube and stuff. Though she's crazy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you guys so
Yeah,
much
man.
for coming in.
Thank
We
you. Guys.
really
I got some
appreciate
stuff
it,
for you
man.
guys too.
Oh,
I brought swag.
oh, you're too sweet, man.
Look, I got one for you, Dan. It's sick. Hopefully it'll fit you. It's the only one we have.
Oh my God, yes, that's awesome. What size is that?
It's a medium.
That's perfect, dude. Yeah, I'm back down.
We had a
losing-
scooter
Look
cop.
at this.
Wow.
That's like gonna be my favorite shirt ever, man.
So I got
Thank
some
you.
lady shirts. I didn't
Very
know
much appreciate that.
what you would like, so I brought a few different sizes.
Thank you.
I got that one. and
Maisie
this
gonna
one,
wanna
and
steal
another
my scooter
size, or
shirt.
LT, whatever you prefer. Or
Thank you so
well, I do have
much.
another scooter.
That's very kind of you.
Tom,
Cool.
medium.
Andrea said
CFL, man.
Andrea, my wife said the chat room. So you want to steal my shirt? You probably do want to steal my shirt. I will let you steal my shirt because you're cute.
Well, I knew you liked scooters too. I was like, this is perfect. for
Maisie
you.
loves scooters. I love scooters. Yeah, this is perfect for
Which
me,
one
man.
do
Like,
you have a certain
I'll take
one
the
better
pink.
size? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Yes, CFL skate guys. But yeah, we are having that contest, and you said like helping out if you guys want to, of course. But
I'll keep promoting
we
it,
are
man.
taking like donations for prize money because that's like how we.
Oh,
get a
right
lot of
on.
people to come.
Yeah, we could
And
throw a
we
little
take,
dough onto
like,
the prize money
you know,
for
like,
sure.
Whatever you guys
Absolutely.
want or feel comfortable doing, or even just like t-shirts and shit, whatever you guys.
Yeah,
want.
yeah,
Anything to get more skaters to come to the contest.
Would
and
love
win
to
more
help
stuff,
out, man.
You know what I mean?
for sure. Shoot me an
Yeah,
email to
I'll just
remind
write
me,
back
and
to
then
them.
I'll send you some stuff.
Sick, man.
Cool. Thank you again.
Definitely awesome.
Cheers, guys. Taylor, nice meeting you.
This will air
get you?
Tonight.
That's what I was wondering.
Tonight.
So,
Tonight, tonight, night. What's up, Mr. Alligator Rob? How you doing, man? Very good to see you. How you doing? You look nice. Yeah, you look great. Good to see you, dude. Pleasure.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh man, thanks for being here. It's always fun to see our friends. Is this new stuff you're working on? Cool.
Yeah, that's the new event we're fixing up.
Very cool, man. Thank you.
And I don't think I've given you one of these.
Thank you. Nope, I don't have one of these. Very cool. We proudly, you probably saw yourself sitting out there.
What's that?
I was hoping we'd get more bobbleheads. You started my bobblehead collection. It's you and Outcast and Fred McGriff. Yeah, it's a weird collection.
That is a strange
And then I
collection.
want to get an Acuna Jr. And I don't know. I'm kind of into bobbleheads now. This is cool, dude.
So I can bring you more bobbleheads. Just let me know.
Yeah, yours.
I know a guy.
Yeah, yours are cool though. Well, now that I have you, I don't need another one. But I like that the alligator is a bobblehead as well. It's the attention to detail.
The double bobble makes
It
the whole
really
thing work.
does. And I saw there's another double bobble that was a Braves one. It was, forget what it was, but it was like a guy I think holding like a baby or something.
A guy holding a baby.
Yeah, like a baseball player holding like a.
And it's
like-
a baseball.
It's a
player.
double, but it was like a goof on the other guy being little. Or something.
Oh,
Yeah, like
okay,
it was
all
like
right,
not
I got you.
not a real baby.
I was trying to.
Yeah,
like,
it
like
did-
how's that go with baseball? I'm
There's
confused.
a website that's all bobbleheads, and there's just millions of them, like of anything you can think of.
Say the Bobblehead Hall of Fame, which is the group that made mine. They have an entire museum
It's
full
crazy.
of bobbleheads. I never knew that was even a thing. If
Yeah,
being honest with you, I never knew.
I'm kind
bobbleheads
of
were a
into
thing.
it. They just take up too much space. Like I
Yeah, I
love
know.
my Outcast bobbleheads are one of the best pieces of art I love it. It's so cool. But the box for it, and you're supposed to keep the box, is like it's huge. It's like this big. So it's like keeping a Christmas village or something. If you collect all these bobbleheads and you want to keep them like pristine, you got to keep all the boxes. I'm like, I don't
You
want
keep
to
the
do
plastic
that.
over them too. You keep them super fancy.
No, I don't. I put them out.
Yeah.
It's like my
Okay.
guitar. Like people are like, do you keep it in the case? I'm like, no. I play it. If I keep it in the case, I'm not going to play it.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you as well.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Oh, Christine, that makes me feel better. Yeah, I unboxed my stuff and I use it. And I was thinking about putting Outcast up here, but then I got this thing, so.
Say unboxing the whole thing now too.
What's that now?
Unboxing.
Oh, like videoing it? Yeah, it's not my thing.
I don't get it. I don't quite
Yeah.
get it. I don't know.
Maybe the ASMR aspect of it, or
The who did what now?
I've watched like the right, exactly. I've liked the versions of unboxing when I like want to see what it includes. You know, like, oh, I'm buying the Alice in Chains box set. What does the cover art look like or something? You know, like I'll do that, but not for like a phone or something. I'm like, well, I'll see it when I get it.
Yeah, people have to have reasons to YouTube things. I think is what it is. They have to have more content for their YouTube videos.
But then I say that, but then I haven't opened any of my Descendants figurines, but it's because I don't want to pose them. I don't know. It's weird.
It's whatever makes you happy, buddy.
Also, I found a watch in my sock drawer like last week, and it is a Descendants watch, and it's signed by every member of the Descendants.
And you didn't know you had this.
And I
watch.
did know I had it. It's
Holy
one of
smokes.
200. It's a Nixon, not Nixon, Vaxxon watches. I don't know, pretty neat. All right.
Just a random sock in your a random
Oh,
a
there's
random
some stuff
watch in your
for you.
sock drawer.
I guess I bought it years ago.
Wednesday 3? Top eight?
Yes,
Wednesday
Wednesday
3
3.
indeed. Let me save this and make sure our cameras are lined up good.
Thank you all again for putting up with me.
Oh
Yeah, dude.
man, it's nice to
Anytime
have interesting people stop by. And
Anytime
talk
you
to
want to
us.
promote anything, you're welcome, man.
I appreciate it, sir.
Yeah. Here we go.
All right,
You want to bring us back?
sure.
3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got Alligator Rob in studio.
Yeah, buddy.
How you doing, man?
Oh, blessed man. Thank you so much for having me here, guys.
Very
really
good to
appreciate
see you.
So Rob, what have you been up to since the last time we talked to you?
Dear Lord, I think I've made a couple trips to Belize, catching crocodiles down there with the Crocodile Research Coalition.
All right, let's talk about this.
Ooh, I love a good coalition.
Why Belize? Is there like a abnormal amount of crocodiles there?
I don't know if it's abnormal, but there's quite.
Okay.
there's quite
Oh,
yeah.
So
there's quite a few.
all around I'm guessing the saltwater coast, there's and brackish water, there's a bunch of crocs.
Yeah, so the American crocodiles are kind of coastal, and the Morlet's crocodiles are kind of more inland in the freshwater areas. Our friend Marissa Tellez runs the Crocodile Research Coalition. We go down there with Ears, my nonprofit, and we work with her, kind of help her out with different things going on, do research, catch some crocodiles. This last time around, which was a month ago now, like 4 weeks ago, we went down there and made her a pen for her crocodiles, the ones that she has to go out and rescue from the wild so she can rehab them before she lets them back loose, and did some other crocodile work and made her way back.
Crocodiles, you know what? Living in Florida, we deal with so many alligators, and you see so many of them that you're not afraid of them, really. At least I'm not. But crocodiles are something that I don't really know that much about, other than just knowing that, to me, my I guess I would say my prejudice towards crocodiles is they're the more aggressive, more deadly alligator. That's what I always say in the brain.
Well, that's what we've always been heard.
Right, that's what I've always heard. Now, I'm going to ask Alligator Rob, because I trust him. Is that accurate, or is that some mumbo-jumbo like a Shark Week type of deal where, no, you can't compare a crocodile to an alligator, completely different animals?
Well, so they're all crocodilians. There's a fancy word for you today.
Okay.
They're all crocodilians, but there's 28 different species of crocodilians. And out of those 28 species, there's only 3 that are known to be man-eaters. And none of those are the American crocodile, which we have here. The whole reason
those are like the Nile crocodile.
Yeah, it's Nile, the saltwater crocodile in Australia, and you could argue the mugger crocodile. It's kind of in the Middle East
Great
area.
name, the old mugger.
And those,
like a Harry Potter.
Those
are muggles, right? Muggles.
Are those the ones that get like 16 foot and will definitely eat you?
Fat boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, the salties can make it to 7 meters.
I like the ones that get the rolls. Like they get like big. They look like Big Pun.
Oh yeah, well they're in captivity for like 30 years.
Yeah,
and then there's
no,
a
but
mega
they're
crocodile.
humongous, mega big.
And then it's kind of sad because they're in a tank is green water that's something in like Indonesia or something, and then it's like you could tell it's like a
monster.
Well, yeah, but the facility it's in is all dilapidated. It's like, and you can tell they're feeding it like rice.
I love rice.
Yeah, but anything they can
so
find.
Filling.
So interesting enough, sorry to interrupt you, but we've had 3 show up as far north as Central Florida. Historically, we had one in like 92, 91 that showed up at the sheriff's farm in Brevard County, American crocodile. Then I caught one that surfed at the Cocoa Beach Pier in 2009.
What?
And then just recently, we've had one that's been hanging around Satellite Beach. He just got moved.
Hey, you hang around Satellite Beach.
Wait a minute.
Are you the Castleberry crocodile?
So he just got moved, but I think I caught that guy 3 times.
Really?
Oh my God, this is like Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Is that just a result of as we get warmer and the crocodiles start migrating north?
That's a lot of people's argument, but I think it's just so they're known to move a couple hundred miles, and really, outside their normal range. We're historically inside their normal range because they supposedly historically went all the way up into the Carolinas, but Central Florida is not that far off. We have more crocodiles now than we've had before, and they're kind of looking for new areas. It's kind of just moving around, a normal kind of thing.
I'm open to it.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
glad to
very
have
shy.
them.
They're very, very shy. Our American crocodile is actually shyer than the alligator. They want nothing to do with you.
So that was my next question, because I don't know if you watch the
porno
TikTok.
Okay, sorry.
Oh my God!
That's what I get for
TikTok again.
That's what I get for filling in the blanks.
It's
either porno or TikTok.
Yeah.
To my defense.
Yeah.
There's this show about a guy that stands at a boat ramp in Miami. It's called the Miami Chit Show.
I'm sorry.
You may have to beep that out.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying the word, but
maybe
I'm
that's a
saying
yes.
it in a Miami accent.
Yeah.
Anyway, he records like a Black Point, and like people they're fighting, and they're putting, people don't know what they're doing. They're crashing each other's boats, like trying to. But there's a crocodile that hangs out. at Black Point Marina.
What's his name? What's the crocodile's name?
They have a name for it.
They've got to
the guy-
have a name. That's
and
Javier.
But it's gigantic, and it looks like way more docile.
Like chill.
Yeah, and it's just going around like and it's just like, but it looks scarier to me.
It's
at least.
pointier, right? It's a pointier alligator.
Yeah.
And
Different
I think
color,
not
yeah,
used-
Things
different
that
color,
are
different shape,
pointier
yeah.
or more aggressive. It's the same way in porno.
But you're saying that it's less
gracious.
dangerous
Yeah.
than
Yeah,
a
there's
regular alligator.
There's never been a fatality on a person from an American crocodile in Florida.
And it's just because their demeanor and they're more skittish.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
there's
a lot
less-
more
There's
shy.
less of them.
Yeah.
There's
They're-
less. There's only
They
1,000
want to stay
pairs of
away
them in
from
the state.
humans.
Yeah.
Couple of wacky questions. Do they taste the same as an alligator?
I don't know. Never ate
Crocodile
crocodile.
bites.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. Is it going to taste the same?
Well,
yeah.
they're federally protected here, so that would never be a thing that
Okay.
people would have.
Good
but
to know.
It's
Yeah.
probably like elk and venison. It's like, yeah, I can't tell the
couldn't tell
difference.
the difference. What
Like,
about
you-
as far
you
as
fry it and put it-
athleticism? Is a crocodile like
Faster.
yeah,
A
like-
crocodile has more athletic ability in one tooth than an alligator could ever dream about having.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's they're man. If they want to turn it on, you're gonna have a bad day.
And
Yeah.
what is the difference just on overall size more than an alligator?
Flexibility,
Well,
maybe.
Yeah, overall size. I mean, there's a lot of things they have that alligators don't have. There's this. They have these sensory organs. So alligators have sensory organs around their mouth. They're called ISOs. So each of these little dots on their face, they look like taste buds, like on the outside.
Yeah.
Each one of those little drops can fill, like one drop in 1,000 gallons. They can fill it, hit it. Alligators have those across their mouth. Crocodiles have them across their entire body. Every scale has one of those dots. So they're so much more in tune with the environment around them. It's just
Like crocodiles have fibromyalgia. They can feel anything, you know.
they really
they can feel their hangnails.
Yeah, and you got to figure they get bigger too. So at some point with those real big guys in other countries, again, not here, they just become part of the food chain. Not necessarily because that's what they want to eat, but when you're dealing with second and third world countries, a lot of people are having to go into the water and wash their clothes, catch their food. They're in the water and around the water all the time. And of course, with those big animals, bad interactions are going to increase that way.
So, Rob, when you're catching these crocodiles in Belize, what are you doing with them after you catch them?
We do endocrinology studies. They're doing toxicology studies down there too. So we catch them, we take blood, tissue, urine, and take a little skin sample and send them on their way.
How do you make a crocodile pee?
You catheterize them. You actually got to stick a catheter
Wow.
up there. Yep.
Where is a crocodile's pee hole?
It's just like a bird. It's a place called a cloaca. Cloaca. Yeah.
Cloaca?
You had the letters. Yeah.
Cloaca. I always thought it was a cloaca. Like
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a cloaca. That I always joke that holds their concealed weapons. It's they either they're packing or they're not. Yeah.
How are you catching them?
Most of those are being caught with fishing rods. Fishing rods or the littler guys they hand catch. They'll just catch them out of the boat.
Okay, gotcha. Like just like you jump on a regular alligator, like
No, it's
grab its mouth.
you.
Start punching it wildly.
If you hold it,
There's
they
a lot
can't
of
open
steps
it.
through it. Yeah, for what they do down there, it's fishing rod up to the boat or to shore. You put a snare on it, and then you go from there.
Gotcha.
With crocodiles, although you have to always remember the fact that alligators always pull away from you on a rope. Crocodiles will learn the fact that you're pulling that way, and there you are, and they're not opposed to taking a run at you,
So,
which
Rob,
is kind of exciting.
That is interesting.
let's talk alligators for a second because I have this happen to me every time we go out to the lake.
Okay.
And we because now my sons are old enough to tube.
Oh, is this Alligator Tom versus Alligator Rob again? I think we did that last time you were here, right?
No. I was
Where
just
you were making gator noises. The chat room.
Oh my god.
The chat room reminded me.
well, how do they remember that?
I don't know. Dude.
How do we forget?
It was
I
pretty
don't know.
memorable. It was very memorable.
They say things about me all the time, and I'm like, I didn't do that.
So we go out there and then we're tubing around and then the kids want to just swim in the lake, right? So we're in the middle of the lake, away from the shore, probably like maybe a couple hundred yards from the shore.
Gotcha.
And then the kids are just swimming around the boat. And then my wife, the entire time, is paranoid that an alligator is going to come kill
Well,
them.
he's circling the boat
And-
looking for his moment of opportunity.
And then she's
I mean,
stomping.
you see bird bones over there.
yeah,
That's
oh
easy
my
prey.
God, yeah.
I can't even like
Camp Crystal Lake. right to the bottom.
chill with my White Claw because Crystal's stomping her like she.
I'm sorry. Did you just say chill?
No, well, because I'm like the kids are swimming around and I'm like trying to get drunk here,
And she's got her anxiety going.
and then her anxiety is 1,000, and then she's stomping on the boat, she's like trying to scare the gator. She's stomping or whatever. I'm just like, oh my god, this is not doing
well,
anything.
she's walking around looking.
And-
She's surveying like a mother bird.
And then I tell her, I'm like, listen, babe, alligators, you only have a problem if it's dusk and you're by the shore and you're walking a tiny dog. That's how, or you're an old lady at a retirement home and then you fall to the ground and you get drunk.
Or you're a black guy that drops his bologna sandwich off a dock. Remember that guy? He dropped like a sandwich and then the gator ate him.
It's always on the shoreline, and that's where they hunt. They don't go hunt in the middle of the lake like a shark, like
The dumb ones
like
do,
an
though.
open
The dumb
water
ones do.
shark. They're not going to be down there like Jaws, and like she's thinking of the Jaws poster of the swimmer and the shark coming up, and
That's a real photo.
then I'm like, that's not how they do
it's
this.
a painting, isn't it?
And I'm like, they're 100% safe from alligator attack in the middle of the lake.
Are the kids wearing air tanks you can shoot? That's the next question.
so Rob, tell me I'm right.
Well, about which part? That was a lot of
That should
things.
be the name of the
Like I
bit.
said, there was a lot of things there.
That should be the name of the bit.
there-
Tom Van presents. Tell me I'm right.
That alligators don't and this is the
Open water gator attack.
Oh yeah, open water gator attack in the middle of the day.
While everybody's
on a
eating their
lake.
pub sub, Tommy and Max are swimming off the back of
Are
the
you
boat.
videotaping it with your drone? That's the next question. Yeah.
And so, what do you say, Rob?
There's better things to worry about. I always tell people to worry about taxes or terrorism or something important.
Okay.
Let your kids have fun. Just be aware. That's the thing everybody loses. Everybody loses awareness.
See
They get
something,
complacent.
Say something, Tom.
Yeah,
Okay,
get-
hold
don't
on.
be
I didn't want to
complacent.
be aware. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, he's getting drunk on White Claw.
He wants to pass out while he's to swim with the gator.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
a better-
He wants to neglect his
well,
children.
do I have to be on watch, or are you gonna
Well,
just
there-
sit there?
Yeah, you
and
said
get
be
drunk?
aware, which led me to believe I can't have a White
If we've
Claw.
learned anything today, Tom hates watching his own children.
Well, I'm just saying, can't I zone
No.
out and like?
He just doesn't like it as much as watching his bets.
Yeah,
There's a bigger risk to your kids drowning than having something happen with an alligator.
Drowning.
there
Oh,
it
you
is.
think about that. I didn't think about that. Well,
I
let's
don't
say
worry
we take
about
the
that.
Well,
water.
they're swimmers. It's
Let's say we
fine.
take the water out of play, and then I just want to neglect my children on land.
So he's in the middle of a big empty lake at that point.
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
There you go.
So, Rob, what else do you? I know that you got this event
Yeah,
coming
let's
up.
talk
and
about
then-
that.
And then, like, is each like your year? Is it just like you're going on some research trips and then you take some breaks and like, how's your job kind of laid out, Rob?
Right now, it's focused almost specifically on the nonprofit. So it's this year we've done 100 educational programs. We've done between libraries, schools. Done programs for Blue Origin. You name the groups, we go out there and do research for them. We're doing do education for them. We're doing research now on the Air Force Station, the 45th Space Wing, which is what the Space Force Station.
Okay, yeah,
We're doing research out there. We do a lot of research, biodiversity research.
Space Force.
Every time I drive by the Space Force sign because I go to Satellite
Yeah,
Beach,
it shocks me every time. I'm like, whoa.
I can't get used to it.
Yeah.
I
No.
cannot
Yeah,
get
I
used to
drive
it.
past. I'm like, am I in a cartoon?
I'm like, is this the joke that everyone who's joking around?
Yeah. And then I have to remind myself, no, it's real. It's real.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
good.
And then I'm like, well, no, they were.
And then I
planning
put myself in the shoes of somebody that works for Space Force, and then I'm like, well, that wouldn't feel very good, so keep it to yourself. Just scroll on.
Yeah, I still call it the 45th Space Wing and Patrick Air Force Base, but I'm all messed up, I guess.
Yeah.
Do a lot of research for them. We're doing what we call biodiversity research. So we go out to a property, we kind of look at the animals that are there. They're traveling back and forth. So we do that with everything from throwing carpets and cover boards out to using wildlife arrays, using cameras. But you go to a property and you just kind of document what's there. So you're looking at snakes, mammals, everything that's kind of coming back and forth through the properties. That lets them update their land management plans and everything they're doing. Changes the way they manage the land depending on what they find. And then, we're doing a lot of stuff with alligators kind of in North Carolina still, and then the stuff down there in Belize. We're also, we do our own podcast at Titusville High School with the students there.
Nice.
And I think we're on season 3, like episode 87 of ours. We're
what's it called?
It's the EARS podcast. It's EEARSS.
Is it about alligators and reptiles and?
We've had everybody from George Went from Cheers to you name it on there.
Oh, wow.
This is an entertainment.
My God.
This is two guys.
Yeah, they
having
sat
around.
down with Kanye last week. It was awesome.
We
Still
try
crazy.
to focus mainly on people that are doing wildlife-related things, but we kind of have fun with a little bit of everybody. We've had professional athletes, baseball, football,
What do you
basketball.
think about alligators, Machine Gun Kelly? Love them.
Yeah, we do a lot of stuff. Very blessed, but we do have this event coming up in Cocoa Village on January 19th. Yeah, it's going to be an all-day event. It's free. It's an Ecofest event, so we're trying to highlight through our presentations during the day at the Civic Center, a bunch of other groups, amazing things they're doing, amazing work that they're working on and doing. And then that evening from 5 to 11, we're taking a break at like 4 o'clock, then going outside in the amphitheater from 5 to 11 and having live music there. Vendors kind of surrounded around the whole place, and it's going to be a blast, kind of celebrating a lot of people doing a lot of great work.
Rob, what's your feeling on the alligator wrestling industry? Because I grew up.
I think it's dwindling. I think
it is dwindling. There's
and I'm sad about that because
yeah.
I put it in the same category as redneck hillbilly that blows himself up.
Yeah.
And I love all of it. Like it's an old Florida thing that I don't like.
Yes.
To the Brits, their version is man shot out of cannonball.
Yeah.
That's a British thing. That's purely a British thing.
Because when I was a kid, I think like my uncle or someone in my family would.
Oh, you come from an alligator wrestler for sure.
Would take me down to the Miccosukee airboat, tourism location where they have alligator wrestling.
And there'd be a white guy with a pot belly, and he'd have one dangler that have an Indian feather in it.
Yeah, because his dad told him he was Cherokee.
But he wasn't. He was a trash person wearing Indian clothing.
Like, you are white with rosacea. There's nothing Cherokee about you. You are a redneck, pot-belly drunk with rosacea.
You are. You're a redneck pot-belly drunk, but you have on feathers. You have the old. You have like little roach clip feathers out of your ears and everything, and then you go by it like you have a traditional Native American name.
You're Firewater or whatever you are.
No, you're not Firewater.
And then you get in to the pit. They bring out a gator. And then he does the move where I like it when they start tapping the nose, right? And then it opens his mouth, right?
And the whole crowd.
And they're tapping nose. And then he slowly inserts his balding head. And then one drip of sweat falls on the gator tongue, which instinctually causes the gator to clump down. And then it shakes his temple.
You can tell because you can see his feather earring shaking. Just a little bit, you can tell he's in danger.
But then he's embarrassed a little bit, so it shakes him a little bit. He gets out. He's bloody.
Yeah,
but
just a little on the temple.
But he's like, all right, hold on. I'm sorry.
Have a sip of your watered down Mountain Dew.
Say this story is the realest thing about that whole thing.
Yeah, but this is what I've seen this before.
And then we'd all be like, yay! And then we'd go and we get a gator.
You get an autograph from it.
Gator hand ashtray.
Yep.
Which is like, wait a minute, are you for alligators or against them?
No, I'm against them.
Because it's all gator heads.
Well, the gator heads,
and
I
they're
buy
baby.
those from China. What are you talking about? Those aren't American gator heads. Those would be expensive as hell.
Also, they're real, but somehow they're able to be preserved, like in some sort of shellac.
You just slop them with shellac. You just slop a bunch of shellac on them.
Doesn't the skin decompose?
You pull their eyeballs out, you put marbles in there, and you shellac them.
Because it's a perfect gator head.
Yeah, there's one in my daughter's room. I have all the old Florida oddities in there. And
taxidermy's a real thing.
I have a gator back scratcher. I have a gator head. I have a baby shark in a jar. I have all that stuff.
So anyway, it seems like those don't happen as much.
Well, I compare that to reality TV. Okay. It's about as real as reality TV. I mean, it's as long as you're using it for entertainment. I'm not a fan, but if you're there for the entertainment alone and not any real knowledge, then it's just fine.
Oh yeah.
I guess it's just fine. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. I mean,
this guy didn't know nothing about alligators. He called them dinosaurs. He called them baby dinosaurs.
Hello, everybody. I am an Indian. This is a dinosaur. Let's begin.
He's like, watch me put my head inside his mouth.
Oh, he got me.
Shook me crazy. Yeah. And they were rough with them too. And then they lived in like sawdust. Where it's like, this is not his natural environment.
Yeah, it's like,
you took it out of a swamp and now it lives in a sawdust.
He lives in a pillowcase filled with sawdust. It's like, I don't think that's a good environment. I don't think that's a good enclosure. Like, it's not even an enclosure. It's a pillowcase filled with sawdust.
Like, you're bringing them from a swamp to sawdust.
Yeah, this guy's bringing the gator around to schools like Jake the Snake treated a snake.
Yeah, it's one of many things that kind of give people misconceptions. It's got people hurt. It's like a lot of reality TV shows that deal with wildlife. it gets more people hurt than it helps anything
Oh,
for sure.
I bet.
Because people again think those are wild animals that they can go do that with and get away with that,
And they're
which
not.
is
Yeah.
that's a a sow gator that's been doing that same thing with that same guy for probably 20 years. And you try that with a wild alligator, it's not gonna work out so well.
We've seen the video of the the golfing old man that throws.
I like that video. He throws a gray members only jacket on the gator's head, and he's like, "I got this, no problem."
And then he's so slow to get on the gators.
Oh my God. It was like the last fight when George Foreman was throwing punches, like telegraph.
That guy was actually he worked at a zoo in the Carolinas. And
so he thought he still had it.
Well, he thought. I'm sure from what my understanding was that he assumed it was going to be a whole lot different than throwing a towel on a gator at the
Let's
at the
talk
zoo.
about this for a second, because there's nothing worse than if you're on the plane and somebody says, excuse me, everyone, is there a doctor on the flight? And you're like, I'm a doctor. And they're like, we have a woman who's she's dying here. And you go, and she dies.
Has that happened to you?
No, I'm just saying that's what this guy did, right? Everybody's like, there's a gator, help him. He's like, I have a gator experience. And then he went there and he messed it all up.
Yeah, because most doctors, they're not emergency room doctors.
Yeah, just keep your mouth shut. Don't say anything. Is there a doctor? I'm not that confident.
They
keep your mouth shut.
hand out Adderall and Ozempic all day. They're saving people's lives doing chest compressions. Yeah, they just set an appointment and give you Adderall or Ozempic.
When's the last time you watched that video, just out of curiosity? If you get a chance to
I
pull
watched it this morning.
If you get a chance to pull that video up, watch his friends bail out on him.
Okay, well, let's watch it right now.
He goes up there, all of his friends are with him, and they all just bail. Man, I hope he traded friends after that.
Well, what are they supposed to do, Rob? Once the gator has him by the arm, I mean, I'm sure
it can't bite you and him. I mean, at that point, you're kind of good to go for at least a couple seconds.
Yeah, but then I don't want to be close to the old man when the gator rolls his arm off. I can't be traumatized like that, Rob.
Where is it?
Soft.
I forget where it's at, but it's
I'm trying to find
it. It was a classic
one.
So
speaking of messing with gators,
please.
There is a video of me floating around the internet now.
Floating
and then
is this the nudity one?
No, I caught a gator and then
I thought this
pulled
was
it up.
the Simon Rex styled masturbation video.
And then I know it's a federal crime to mess with alligators. So then I'm like, this is clearly me.
Like a hidden feature on a DVD you were selling.
No, it was not a hidden feature. It was right though. It was my proudest moment at the time. And then I wanted
you
to
were selling a federal crime video.
But then, it's got my wife yelling my name to stop messing with it. Anyway,
Thomas Van.
But then I think enough time's gone by the statute of limitations. Do you know anything about that, Rob?
You probably shouldn't bring it back up. It's probably
right. I tell him this every time.
Also, don't bring it in front of him.
Yeah. I mean, he could turn you in right now.
He actually respects,
No, but there's a statute of limitations on horrible crime.
That's true.
I'm sure just messing with an alligator is not that big of a deal.
Fish and Wildlife has people that watch for stuff like that specifically. So, yeah.
I feel like you should be punished less though than the fat ladies that jump on manatees. Those people are just straight annoying about it. You know, they're like, "Hey, look at me! I'm on a manatee." I'm like, "Yeah, you should get." You were like,
but also the manatee's a gentle giant. The gator is tough. Like
he can handle it.
Yeah, I'm grabbing it by his tail, holding his mouth.
He likes
for a
it
second.
even. I think he likes it because it's like, oh, this is like more of what I'm used to. I'm a rough and tumble gator.
I think Alligator Rob questions every time he comes in
Yeah,
here with all the misinformation.
Not at all. It's totally worth it.
If he takes his bobblehead back, it's a bobblehead.
He slowly
gators
sneaks it out.
Gators are tough. Isn't there some gator with a missing jawbone? I saw it on
Jawline.
TikTok.
Yeah. Savannah's out.
That's a very common thing people don't realize about. Man, alligators are rough on each other. It's I see them with broken jaws and top jaws missing and holes in them and everything
Matt
else.
Rife joke.
And they're fine. They just live their lives. They're tough ass animals.
Yeah, they don't complain about it.
They can make it. Yeah.
So some drunken frat boy catching them and then throwing them back. I mean, it's fine. It's not hurting them anyway.
I am with you. Like if I see like a lady, like the lady hugging the manatee, I'm like, get off of that. That manatee's helpless. But a gator, I'm like, he can handle it.
Yeah. They live without
Unless
jaws.
he's getting hurt. But if the gator turns around and bites the old man, I'm like, that's what you get.
Yes, exactly.
That is how I feel. Is that how most people feel? Like I do feel that way. I'm like,
it's
a
hard to
manatee-
say,
you
but
should be able to.
you understand if the animal defends itself. It's kind of one of those things.
Right. I know this
When I'm
is
working
wrong.
with them, I always say
I
that.
know
too.
this is wrong, but
I
when
said
I
the same thing about
leave
bestiality.
manatees alone.
Excuse me?
No, I'm saying if you,
What did you just say?
Yeah,
No,
he's
no,
saying
this
if
is
you
my
could-
stance on bestiality.
He's
You
always said
this.
this. He's always said this.
Yeah, I've said this for
This
years.
was on your job application. This was on your job application.
I've said that like you should be
Yeah.
able to
No, you don't want to do it.
have intercourse with an animal that could kill you. I think it's a fair game, right? Like that, you
No,
should
you
shackle
said,
it down.
I think your old
Yikes.
statement was you have more respect for those that
more respect.
that
I'm
that
saying it
try to
shouldn't
get
be
with the
illegal.
most dangerous
It
animal.
shouldn't be illegal.
No,
Yeah,
well,
like
no.
a hippopotamus. I mean,
Yeah,
if you
he
can make
kill
that
you.
happen,
Yeah.
he
Or a
can-
grizzly, or any animal
Yeah.
that could kill you. I'm even willing to go up to a
puffer
big
fish,
moose.
a puffer fish, a big moose.
Yeah.
So we have big moose, we have
Grizzly.
saltwater
And-
crocodile,
that
sort
was
of
grizzly coming out of your
Island,
mouth.
Island boys,
no, lion or any sort of big
tiger,
cat.
bear.
Yeah, big cat, coyote, wolf.
What about a ram? I've heard rams are terrible.
Oh yeah, ram.
Do you know anything about rams? I've heard
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know a
Because
thing
it'll
about
go
rams.
ram,
Ram Rob.
but it'll go ram crazy if it doesn't like it, right?
Yeah.
It'll go
Good
Yeah,
ram-
that
Lord.
thing, like, by the time I got my
Right.
pants down, this thing just rammed me off the mountain. I'm laying there paralyzed. I'm like,
This conversation
damn.
took a turn.
Holy smokes.
I'm like, and then I got to pull my pants up so people don't know what was happening. They're like, how'd you get paralyzed? I was like, fell off the mountain. Okay,
sorry,
Lord.
Rob.
let's plug the
Sorry,
end.
sorry. All right. Ecofest, January 19th, 9 a.m.
You gonna be there? Free admission, Tom.
Tom will be out
Pretty
there.
early for an Ecofest.
We have presentations inside from 9 to 4, and then we're gonna.
okay.
That's kind of more family time. People have their families there, learn about what's going on, get educated, and then go outside, and we're gonna have fun. A lot more fun after that. But a lot of this thing would never happen without. We have some pretty incredible sponsors that are making it all come together.
Yeah, man.
Fisher Nissan over there in Titusville, they're our biggest sponsor. They're huge behind this. Brevard Zoo's all in on it.
I love
Kelsey,
the Brevard Zoo.
yeah,
That's a nice zoo.
it is. It's cornerstone of our community. I mean, there's no doubt about
You
it.
got Gold Tone helping out.
Gold Tone's
Yeah,
helping out.
Those
Yep.
guys are great.
They're
And-
actually Wayne and his wife Robin. They're our lead band, like kind of local legends
Hold on.
over
Oh,
there.
wow.
You got that FP&L money?
Yeah.
That's what I want to get
Yeah,
into.
And Gold Tone's legit. That's going to be good music, man. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. That's Robin the Bank. Yeah, it's Wayne and Robin who run the place over there.
Very
I
cool.
didn't realize like electric companies have marketing money.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
does Duke have marketing
Oh,
money?
my God.
yeah.
If they got some
yeah.
marketing money, we need to get into the Duke game.
Yeah.
Like, what are marketing? They're like, I have no other option, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
you need power, and you can't choose anywhere else. There you go.
yeah, it's the easiest thing. Like,
Yeah.
and then we're like 100%
It's
of our
Duke
listeners
Energy.
have
You
Duke.
have no choice.
But they pay for marketing, right? Like we get a.
I honestly don't know.
FP&L sponsoring Ecofest.
Yep.
Yep.
They're behind eco-minded companies. They're trying to keep the
We-
environmental friendly stuff going
I
on,
have
which is
rolled
important.
out, I don't know if you know this, Rob, but as of last year, going into this year, I've rolled out the beta testing for my Tom and Dan, A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan Green podcast initiative.
Oh, I
And
like
we
that,
rolled
yeah.
it out this year. And by the year 2025, this show will be 85% renewable energy.
All right.
85% will be the only show in Orlando that is completely eco-friendly.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
the only show that recycles all of their shows because we only have about 20 different things
zero
we do.
carbon
Right.
footprint.
Zero carbon footprint and no digital trash.
Yeah,
By
well,
2025. No, I'm
okay.
vowing no digital trash.
Okay.
But not right now. Right now it's trash crazy. But by
Okay.
2025.
So we just don't save any shows. Like
Yes.
we just do them
It's
live.
less for me to do.
and then
It's less for me to do.
And then what? You know what?
It's my green podcast initiative.
We should do the first ever podcast that doesn't get saved. If we just
Yeah.
do it live,
It's called Do It Live.
and then we'll just.
But then we're just doing radio.
That's it. That's what we need to do.
He's cracking up.
Rob, then.
I like it. I like it.
I don't think it's in.
Rob's
I don't think it's
totally in.
Oh yeah, sure.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
sure.
even have shoes on.
He doesn't. And he still looks like
He's
more of a
perfect.
businessman than Tom. I don't know.
I know. How does a
He's
man?
got a blazer on.
How does a man with no shoes
yeah.
outbusiness you? How does that?
you look
He's
like
got FPL money.
Yeah,
you
he
look
does.
like Swamp Thing's attorney.
Oh, good Lord. I'd vouch for him. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Rob. All right, we're getting out of here.
Your Honor, my client is guilty.
Did you tell him he was done?
No.
Oh, he did nothing to you.
Okay.
Thanks, Rob. We appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you all for
seeing
having me here. Really
Good luck
appreciate
with
it,
the
guys.
event.
Yes.
Well, real quick, let's plug your nonprofit, right? Like your
Sure.
organization. Let's
Ears.
plug
Yes, sir.
this. Let's plug Ears a little bit. Tell us a little bit about Ears and how our listeners can, get involved and help you out and be a part of these type of things.
Yeah, we're always looking for volunteers and help. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to recover from the swamp thing.
Super fun.
You can go over to our website. It's eearss.org or alligatorrob.com. I'll take you to the same place.
There you go.
We have a tab on there to donate. We're always looking for funds to keep doing what we're doing. We have no grants right now. We're looking for a grant writer, and we're always looking for help monetarily or physically. If you want to come out and help us out with stuff, we can always use the help.
We need a grant writer too, because there's a bunch. This guy told me one time, and he wears
Horace Grant.
No, he wears a suit with question marks. He's like, "There's a
Matthew Lithgow.
There's grants for everything.
Yes, he told me. And,
He's like, if you're overweight and work from home, there's money for you.
There's
out
money
there.
on the table.
Yeah.
All you have to do is fill out hundreds of forms, and the
Yes,
government
yeah.
will pump you full of money.
yes, that's what it's about. And then you just need a person that all they do all day long is fill out the forms.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can hire Andrea's mom to do that for us.
No, she's retired now.
Grant writing
but I
is a
won't pay
talent.
her.
Yeah, grant writing is a talent. There's people that make a lot of money doing it because it's a specific little niche.
Yeah. I mean, but how is that the system? You just fill out forms and they're
Yeah.
like,
That's how I got my house, basically.
This person filled out enough forms.
It was bank owed, and then when I talked to the lady, because it was just a pain in the butt, and Andrea was like getting everything, all the forms, and the lady was like, "Yeah, you were the most organized, so we took your bid."
Yeah, there's a talent
Wow.
to just filling out
Just
forms.
being organized, and doing it timely, like being the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
one back, and having everything, because a lot of people don't understand that if you're filling out a form for a grant, it's very easy, or like whatever, if you're writing the grant, it's very easy if you don't have something done by the letter of the law for them to just go, nope, next. And just because of one little thing,
Yeah,
you've
it
already
doesn't take much.
you've been disqualified or recategorized or something like that.
And those people that do that for a living know the right little form or little thing to check off or little I's to dot, and yeah, it's kind of crazy.
What's the coolest toy you got, Rob? You got an airboat. You got some side by
yeah,
sides.
you got
That's
some
what
guns?
believe it or not, this event, that's what we're raising money for, is for a boat.
Oh, really? What
Yeah,
kind of
for-
airboat you getting?
Who knows?
Donate
Depends on
your
how
boat. Give
depends
your
on how
boat.
much money we end up with.
Are you going? I like the airboat.
We just need a
him your
boat to work
grandpa's
out of.
Confederate boat.
No, I sold that already. The neighbor.
He had an old boat. His granddad named.
He vowed not to change the.
He named it the Merrimack. After the old Civil War submarine, the Merrimack. Remember the Merrimack? Look that up.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go with the aviation engine. They're cooler airboats. You have a regular car engine like this. Is
Oh, it's an old V-dub.
So we need a work platform, so we'll probably go with something. Automotive powered, just so good it's reliability alone.
yeah, but the aviation
You should
motors
go
are
electric.
cooler
Go
because
all
they sound
electric.
crazy.
Go super woke. People love that.
They should make an electric airboat.
I think they do, but they're
it'd be
super
heavy.
expensive. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
all the batteries.
I
You're like,
imagine.
this thing will sink in 2 seconds.
Also, like water and batteries
Yeah, it
don't.
doesn't sound like water and
not
electricity.
that-
Doesn't
they're
sound
not
like a
that
great idea. Yeah.
Well, we got 7 minutes.
You did this.
What are you doing in your spare time, Rob? You're not
Spare
Gator.
time.
Yeah, I
Gator
don't know
catching.
that I don't have a whole lot of spare time, but do a lot of traveling, to other places. Do a lot of stuff, man. I try. So I go to different places when animals end up in weird spots too. Like I was just recently in Maryland, about an alligator in Maryland. Interestingly enough.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, I'm actually in the
How
middle
the
of
hell does it even get up there?
I'm in the middle of publishing that right now, but this is an alligator that's been there. It was there more than 20 years.
More than 20 years? Like whatever.
He just liked it.
When the lake it was in froze over, did it just hibernate? I know this.
It had some unique ways to work it out, buddy. It was very, very, very cool stuff. I mean, I'm literally, if I wasn't in the middle of publishing that right now, I'd get further into it. But
Okay.
it's some really cool stuff.
Because I've seen on the internet, like, there's videos where anytime, like, a real bad freeze comes and it, like, gets Louisiana or whatever,
Yeah.
like, you'll see a bunch of gators. The pond is frozen over and just their snoot is out of the
This is
the
the way I
frozen
sleep.
pond.
I put the blankets all around me. I put
too.
my alligator snoot out like
Yeah.
this, and this is how I sleep.
And then essentially just goes into a hibernation state with the snoot above the ice.
Yeah.
And that's how it lives for, I guess, until the ice
How long do they
melts.
live like that?
I don't think people realize how tough alligators are. I don't think people really understand the things they can deal with, the amount of punishment they can put themselves through and keep going. But
Yeah, so it's
cold,
ridiculous. It's
cold
a federal
water.
crime.
Well,
to
that's
just,
a whole different
catch
story.
them.
But yeah,
But can they, they're tough and all, but can they look day in and day out at social media and compare themselves to everybody else? I don't think they could. I don't think they'd be able to handle it.
I don't know that they can
I think
handle
they'd kill
that, yeah.
themselves. That's how weak they are. So take
They're
that.
mentally weak.
Yeah,
say,
you're
I
mentally
don't
weak.
even try that,
I mean, you
so-
got a scaly, tough skin, but I mean,
Has a gator ever made its way up to Canada?
I'm sure somebody's let one loose up there at some point. They've been in New York. I'm sure they've been in Canada.
gators have been let loose everywhere, right? Like Sears department stores, Walmart.
It's you name the weird place. I bet you I've called an alligator.
I
out of
always
it.
want them to go on a killing spree, and they're just not that type of animal.
Why aren't there any gators like in California?
They've had a couple alligators in California that people have let loose.
But they haven't like you would think just
They're not established out there yet. No.
over time, like because it never really
Gators are a bit
freezes
more
over.
country boy. They don't like that city LA life.
You would just think
It'd be tough on them. Yeah, California would be tough.
They don't
It's
like
too much
that.
smog.
It's too fake out there.
Too
for
much smog.
alligators.
Yeah.
and like I guess all in the Southwest there's no gators, but there's a lot of lakes. But I guess the water's too cold, right?
Again, it's one of those things where if thankfully nobody's thought to go start turning alligators loose there, but
Are we the
Whoa.
biggest predator to alligators?
other than each other, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They eat each other pretty commonly. I've caught 10-footers with whole 9-footers in their belly, with like the other one's tail still hanging out,
Oh,
like a big
yes.
piece of spaghetti.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're rough on each other, man. Yeah, it's no joke.
I remember my uncle had an alligator in his pool,
Okay, yeah.
as a pet.
That checks out. yeah.
It was in like a
Yeah,
homestead.
was he wearing a who farted hat when this happened? Yeah, that sounds like
It would just swim around. And then it would,
that
like,
sounds like a van.
it would swim to go bite you. Then you duck underwater, swim to the other side.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It was only like.
You had a
That's
pool
pretty neat.
gator that you would duck from,
Well, we think it was gonna come bite you. We didn't know. We were just kids.
but you were cool as a cucumber swimming around it. That's pretty cool.
Well, we were.
It was a pet.
Redneck trash kids from the
Yeah,
Everglades.
it was a pet.
Yeah, and then he brought it home from the Everglades
That's
back
nuts.
when in the '90s when there was less wildlife officials around. Then he would let it go after it. I think it bit his pinky a couple times. Almost ripped it off. Anyway. So, Rob, we appreciate you coming in.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
thank you guys. Always appreciate
Thanks
being
for
here.
always being
You
here.
gonna go
and,
do his podcast, Tom?
Well, it's a kids podcast, right?
No, believe it or not, it's not a kids podcast. The kids are there.
How
They
dare
run.
you,
The
Dan.
kids run the sound and the graphics and stuff, but we do the podcast.
I go hard.
And they're teens. Have you
Yeah.
heard what teens talk
Yeah,
about?
I have.
Like,
They yell the N-word.
I hear it.
The teens they use the N-word and the F-word so much that it made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's how teens talk.
Yeah.
They've seen it all. They have the internet. They've seen more than we have.
Yeah.
Seriously, they can see anything.
Every teen
Like-
sitting I walk
When I was
downtown.
a teen-
Downtown, every kid watching war videos on their phone.
But it was like they
Wow.
can see anything they
that's it.
want, and like we didn't have that ability. We
I
only
don't know. I grew up on Faces of Death and Rotten.com.
yeah, but we had to go and get
Rotten.com is pretty good.
when
Pretty
the internet.
bad.
Yeah, but I didn't have that when I was like 13. I
I don't
we
know.
didn't
I
have
still
the
don't know what
internet.
those things are.
Yeah, you
don't
don't
look
need
it
to.
up. It's
That'll
bad.
burn
It's
your
real
eyes out.
bad.
Yeah, I still don't know what that
You
is.
could
When the
handle it,
internet
Rob,
was
you're
the Wild
tough.
Wild
Rob is
West.
tough, but I don't think he'd waste time with stuff like that.
I
You know what I mean?
probably wouldn't. No, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's a waste of time. But yeah, you're right. I mean, they've seen some stuff. They don't know what they've seen, but they've seen it.
What's the worst thing you've ever seen, Rob?
I've seen some
glad
pretty
you
terrible
did it.
stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty terrible
like
stuff.
real bad. Let's
Yeah.
like how bad?
Tell us your trauma.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty terrible stuff.
Yeah, like stuff you don't want to revisit,
Yeah.
right?
Stuff that's there whether or
Walk
not
us
you
through
want
the
to
war.
whether or not you want to revisit it or not, it's always there. Yeah.
Remember that lady that was
Uh-oh.
trying to show like a classroom an alligator, and then it bit her hand and started rolling, and then she got in the tank and started rolling rolling with it?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, you didn't see that one?
No, I did not see that one.
Yeah, and then
that sounds terrible.
Yeah, so she just kind of let it roll with her, so it wouldn't rip her arm off, right?
She's showing a classroom of kids that Gator
No,
is that big.
It was another. It's in a tank, and you see the.
The kids may have gone to the facility.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
then
It was
okay.
like some field trip or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah,
I think
man.
I think they're at the facility.
Yeah.
They're visitors.
And then it just got her. You know, she was.
And then they get them all out. They're like, okay, guys, there's nothing to see here. And
But-
then
Wow.
But it looked like she
was calm.
She rolled with it. She was calm. That's what you're supposed to do, right? If you do.
The best thing you can do is not put yourself in that position in the first place.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
let's talk.
get
What
her,
if you
get her,
are like?
Rob.
Because I think about like.
Is that a birthday party?
If
Oh,
Goodness
happy
gracious.
birthday.
If a gator ever gets me, I'm gonna roll with it and then start jabbing at its eyes. That's what I.
It's called
I've
the
always
Steve Winwood. The roll with it, baby.
So,
Or you could try to push your arm further down its mouth.
Oh yeah.
If you're in
Yeah.
water, that's
my
that's
God.
an
I've only
option.
heard that with a pit bull.
I don't know if I can do that. You just keep pushing your arm. I don't know if that.
Well,
I
if
don't
if
think
you're
actively,
if you're in water and one bites you and he's got your arm, I mean, they have a throat valve, right, that closes their, just like
my
me or you
wife has
do.
a throat valve.
So you can try to push your arm further down there and make
Apparently
them
it's
take
set
on
an
water.
elevator button.
Make them take on water, and maybe they'll let you loose. I mean, I don't know. At that point, you're kind of just, you're in so much trouble anyhow. It doesn't make a
Hell.
difference.
Yeah, you just want to not drown. I remember some
Yeah.
kid let a gator roll his arm off just so he wouldn't drown. That's a tough kid. Like,
just drown me.
I remember, but I remember hearing about that, and he was like in the an offshoot of the St. John's.
Yeah.
Remember this happened like
I
when you were in the
remember this.
radio, and then some gator got him, and then it was like rolling him around in the water, and the kid just basically let him roll his arm loose, and then he got out. It saved his life though.
Yeah, I did.
These instances are going up in Florida because people, there's a lot more houses being built. There's a lot more people backed up to wild areas, and until people stop taking things for granted and being a little bit more of aware of their surroundings, you're going to see more bear interactions, alligator interactions, all this stuff because people just, we're living right on top of them now. I mean, what is there, 1,000 people a day moving to Florida, something like that, something crazy? It's gonna happen more and more until people stop being complacent and being aware of what's in their backyard.
God, I love being complacent. It's my
it
favorite
really
thing.
is nice.
I just want to live
People
my
say
life.
that to me. Where's your favorite place? I go, complacent place.
Yeah. I just want to
Complacent.
wander
Oh,
around
Lord.
oblivious of my surroundings.
Yeah.
And
Hi.
That's
I
how
just wanna
everybody
be
does
high
it.
all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah. I just walk like it's dusk. I'm walking my dog near the
Yeah,
lake.
my wife's
or-
talking to me. I'm like, sorry, I'm on my phone.
yeah. I'm not paying
complacent.
attention to
I'm
anything.
complacent right now.
Anyway, all right, Rob. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, good
Thank
luck
you all.
with the event. Let us know how it goes.
Thank you,
and
guys.
if we can help you in the future, man, reach out to us, please. We love you.
All right, appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
We will see you tomorrow.
Awesome.
Sorry, I just figured we'd just keep going.
No, it's funny. It ended up being silly, and the chat room is loving it. All right, that's 3 and 4.
Yep.
Awesome. Are we taking lunch now?
of these with you guys.
Okay.
We're lunching, right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, guys, it's lunchtime. We'll see you guys after lunch for more stuff. Should have what else do we have after lunch?
Doggies.
We have doggies. And is that it?
That's it.
All right. Doggies after lunch.